So yeah, back we're the Hebrew Israelites. We come out here to teach our people the truth. Yeah, thus saith the Bible, the words of the Most High. You know, and you know, with our people, they're strung up in all sorts of things. You know, so get me Romans 10 and verse 2, Baba Shah. So yeah, everyone's doing their own thing. You know, people say they have their own personal relationships with the Most High, but we have to come out of the Bible, man. If it's not biblical, if it's not in the scripture, we can't take it. We can't take it.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 10 and verse 2. For I bear them record that they have the zeal of the law of God, but not according to knowledge.
And that's what it is with our people, man. They think that they have a zeal for the Most High. You know, they say they're spiritual and they've got a relationship, but it's not according to knowledge.
For they that being ignorant of God's righteousness and going about establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of God.
And that's what it is, man. They're going around establishing their own righteousness, you know, meaning their own heart and what they feel is the right way, innit? And you know, that's against the Most High. We know this. So get me Deuteronomy 6 and 25. Can you get me the knowledge of I think it's in Sirach 19.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6 and verse 25. And it shall come to pass, if we observe to do all the commandments before the Lord thy God, as he has commanded us.
So basically, yeah, if we keep these commandments, this will be our righteousness. You know, so you can't be going around trying to establish your own righteousness if you're not keeping the commandments. You know? You got it?
This is Sirach 21 and 11. He that keepeth the law of the Most High Yahweh getteth the understanding thereof, and the perfection of the fear of the Lord is wisdom.
And that's what it is, man. The performance of the law is wisdom. You know, the only way we can establish our righteousness with the Most High and get wisdom is by keeping the commandments of the Most High. Give me Revelation 22 and 14, Baba Kashar. And can you get me Sirach 32 and 24?
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 22 and verse 14. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have the right to the tree of life, and may enter through the gate unto the city.
Yeah, so that's what it is, man. Blessed are they that do his commandments. You know, that's get me 1 John 2 and 7, because this is what the whole Bible entails. You know, the Most High gave Moses the law to give to the children of Israel, which were commandments, statutes, and laws. And this is what we need to keep as a people. That's why we're always at the bottom of everything, and now we don't want to listen, because the Most High has laid a stumbling block on our people. You know, because, you know, the beginning of wisdom is to actually listen, to hear what, you know, and be able to discern good from bad.
This is the book of 1 John chapter 2 and verse 7. Brethren, I write no new commandment unto you, but an old commandment which ye had from the beginning. The old commandment is the word which ye have heard from the beginning.
That's right. So there's no new commandments, man, because a lot of these pastors and these Christians want to talk about things have changed, and this is not in effect now. But Yahweh Shai said he writes no new commandment unto thee. You know?
You got that one. 32 and 24.
Let me go for 50. Sirach 32 and 24. He that seeketh the law shall be fulfilled therewith, but the hypocrites will be offended thereat.
That's right, man. So when we seek the law, we're not gonna fail. We're gonna stay strong in the word. But the hypocrites, they're gonna fall. They're not gonna be able to hear it. Frankincense. Yeah.
Verse 16. They that fear the Lord shall find judgment, and shall kindle justice as a light. A sinful man will not be reproved, but findeth an excuse according to his will.
And that's what our people do, man. They don't want to listen, and they will find an excuse because they're simple. That's why it says when we brought out earlier in Proverbs, you know, how long would these simple ones love simplicity? Because that's what it is. They don't want to listen. They don't want to hear the words of the Most High. Because that's the beginning of wisdom, is to listen and to start fearing the Most High.
Ecclesiastes, Sirach, chapter 32, verse 24. He that believeth in the Lord Yahweh taketh heed unto the commandment, and he that trusteth in him shall fare never the worse.
Yeah, that's right, man. So if we fear the Most High, we're going to take heed to the commandments. So the first thing you want to do is you want to start hearing about these commandments, man, because you know we know that the transgression of the law is sin. So you know, going against the commandments is sin. So we want to keep the commandments. We want to be able to praise the Most High, yeah, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, and keep His commandments, man. Yeah. So get me 1 John 2 and 3, Baba Kashar. And can you get me Psalms 119, 104?
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 2 and verse 3. And hereby we know that we know him, if we keep his commandments.
If we what?
If we keep his commandments.
So the only way you're going to know the Most High is by keeping his commandments. That's plain and simple, man. All throughout the scripture.
Go on, carry on.
And he that saith, I know him, and keep not his commandments, is a liar.
Is a liar. And these are the liars that just walk past. You know, they say that they're the Most High's chosen people, but they're not. You know, they're goyim. You know?
And he that saith, I know him, and keep not his commandments, is a liar, and the truth is not in him.
That's right, man. So all these pastors out here that say they know the Most High and keep not his commandments is a liar. You know, they're deceiving the people, like the pastors and all that. They are actually deceiving the people. That's why as a nation, there's a way to read the Bible. We need to go precept upon precept, line upon line. That's the only way we can get understanding. Vine of Israel. Yeah, Vine of Israel, London. So this is the only way. Yeah, you got that one. Psalms.
This is Psalms 119 and verse 104. Through thy precepts I get understanding. Therefore I hate every false way.
That's right. So that's the only way we can get understanding, is through thy precepts. That's how we understand more than the ancients, because we have the scriptures, we have the knowledge, and we have the elders that have laid the foundation and taught us. Yeah.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 3 and verse 36. Thou shalt find that Israel by name have kept the precepts, but not the heathen. But not the heathen.
Yeah, that's right, man. So only Israel can keep these precepts anyway, because it's not for the heathen. And the Israelites are the so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, and those that have been through the curses that the Most High put on us as a people for not listening. So now it's time to wake up and listen, you know, because there's too much doctrine and falsehood and lies out in this world. Now we need to discern them now, and the only way to discern them is going through the precepts.
That's right.
Whosoever committeth Salaki. This is 1 John chapter 3 and verse 4.
Bring it up.
Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law.
That's right. So sin is the transgression of the law. Sin ain't what you think it is. It's actually the transgression of the law. And who was the law given to? The law was only given to Israel. You want to get that? So get me, what's it? Psalms 147 and 19. And then can you get me Psalm 77 and 5?
Salaki. This is Psalms 147 and 19. He showed his word unto Jacob. He showed his word unto Jacob. His statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He has not dealt so with any nation.
That's right. So the Most High has not dealt with any other nation. You know, get me Amos 3:1, because he sisters. No, they don't want it. So yeah, man, he doesn't want to deal with no other nations. He's only dealing with our people, man. You know what I'm saying? You got that one? 77 and 5.
Psalms chapter 77.
78 is right. It's like, and you got that one, yeah? Yeah. So he only gave his commandments to Israel, man.
Yes, King, what are you good, yeah?
How you doing, brother? You okay? Yeah, what's your nationality? What would the world call you today? Yeah, British. Yeah, so from Grenada. So you know that before Grenada, your people were elsewhere. You know that, innit? We was taken to these places by certain people. Do you know what I'm saying? And these same people they've done all these atrocities on our people. You understand? Yeah, but they didn't do that to everyone. It was only a specific people that these curses came upon. Yeah, so get this one. Amos 3:1.
Hear the word that the Lord has spoken against you. Salaki. Amos chapter 3 and verse 1 from the top. Hear the word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up out of the land of Egypt, saying, only you have I known. You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for your iniquities.
That's right. So do you know about the Bible? You read the Bible? Yeah. So when in Egypt it was the Israelites that were taken out. The Most High Moses departed the sea for Israel, and he gave them commandments. He didn't give them commandments for everyone. You know, get 21, Deuteronomy 29 and 1. Yeah. So basically, they're at. Yeah, go on. Get that one.
This is Exodus chapter 14. Yeah? Exodus chapter 14 and verse 19. And the angel of power which went before the camp of Israel removed and went behind them, and the pillar of the cloud went from before their face and stood behind them. And it came between the camp of the Egyptians and the camp of Israel, and it was a cloud and darkness, darkness to them, but it gave light by night to these, so that the one came not near the other all the night. And Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and the Lord Yahweh caused the sea to go back by a strong east wind all that night, and made the sea dry land, and the waters were divided, and the children of Israel went into the midst of the sea upon dry ground, and the waters were a wall unto them on the right hand and on the left.
See, so he only did that for Israel, you know, and after that, when he gave the commandments, go and read this one quick.
This is Deuteronomy 29 and 1. These are the words of the covenant which the Lord commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel.
To make with the children of Israel.
To make with the children of Israel.
Yeah, so these commandments, so you know when they say the 10 commandments and that, these commandments were only given to Israel. That's right. Yeah, and there's now get me Deuteronomy 28 and 45. Yeah.
Psalm 78 and 5. He established a testimony in Jacob, and appointed a law in Israel, which he commanded our fathers, that they should make them known to their children.
So that he appointed a law in Israel, you know, and statutes and judgments for us to teach our children. But we've forgot these things. That's right. That's why we're going through all these. And so that's why we're going to give you some curses now. Go on. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 45.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 45.
Bring it out.
Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed Because thou hast hearkened not unto the voice of the Lord thy God. Because thou hast hearkened not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which I commanded thee.
So because we didn't listen, all these curses have come upon us. And curses ain't a good thing, are they? Exactly. So, and in the beginning of this chapter, it says if we keep the commandments, we'll have blessings. So today, do you want to get that one as well? The blessing and the curse.
Go on, read on.
And it says,
46, go on.
and it says, and they shall be on thee for a sign, and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
So basically, these curses on a people are going to be a sign and a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. So we're no matter where in the world you are, these curses are still going to be on a certain people, and it's going to be a sign so we can identify them. So like, see there, he says McDonald's. We know that that's McDonald's. It's a sign. Exactly. So these a people, a nation of people are going to have curses on them that will be a sign. Now get me 37.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 37, 28 and 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee.
So a proverb and a byword. So that's why our people now, you came up, you said you're British. You know, you might even say you're black or Afro, black British or Afro-Caribbean, which is or Afro-American, like the ones in America would say. These are proverbs and bywords. Like black is a color. Do you know what I mean? Exactly. Exactly.
This is another byword.
So this is another byword. Exactly. Go on, get that one. Psalms 49 and 11. So go on. Get me 54. So these are curses. So that's one. So for example, it said, among all nations whither the Lord shall lead thee. So if you go to a different nation, like so for example the Chinese or you know, anywhere, they will have their own word for us as a people, a byword. Do you understand?
This is Deuteronomy 28 and 54. So that the man,
Say that again.
this is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 54.
Bring it out!
So the man that is tender among you and very delicate.
So we used to be loving towards each other, because remember, in the New Testament, the two greatest commandments is to fear the Most High and to love thy neighbor as thyself. That's how we used to live as a people. Love your brother, thy neighbor as yourself. You know, so that the man that was tender among you and very delicate,
his eyes shall be evil towards his brother.
eyes shall be evil towards his brother. Black on black crime, you know? Bloods and Crips, gangs, do you see what I'm saying? Our people are the only ones that do that. Even like the Mexicans, they do it too, but they are people. So they're under the same curses that we are, because we're not listening to the most high. Do you understand? So, go on, carry on.
So lucky, where are we, 54, yeah? And his eyes shall be evil towards his brother, and towards the wife of his bosom.
And towards the wife of his bosom. So, you know, single parent households, you know, beating up the women, you know, our women, you know, it's hard. Yeah, domestic, you know, you hear that a lot amongst our people, you know? Huh? Yeah, because it was prophesied, because this was written thousands of years ago, and Moses put it, and remember it said, it shall come to pass. If we don't listen, these things will happen to us. Carry on.
Salaki, towards the wife of his bosom, and towards the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
So we're known for that, innit? We're known for leaving our children, like single parent households, all of that. Do you know what I'm saying? Our people are the ones. Get 68 now. This is the home break. There's many more, but I just want to keep it short and simple, because these curses, we gave you like 3 already that define a certain nation of people, because the white man can't say he's gone through this. The Chinese man can't say he's gone through this. It's only us as a people.
And it shall, Salaki, Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So bring us into Egypt again. Remember, we walked out of Egypt and we walked into Egypt. So he's saying, and he shall bring us into Egypt again. So, do you want to get that? Oh, no. So Egypt just means another word for like slavery or bondage, because that's what the Israelites were doing in Egypt. Yeah, they were slaves, they were servants under the Pharaoh.
Bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the whereof I spake unto thee.
By ships, Alakia, by the way whereof he spoke unto thee. So who went into slavery on ships? Into Egypt. So it's not a normal Egypt. Get that one. Get me Revelations. Read it.
This is Exodus chapter 22. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
So Egypt means the house of bondage. That's what we were doing in there. And he brought us back into Egypt again with ships. Do you understand?
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
He told us he was going to do that.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
You won't see our homeland again, because now you're saying you're Grenadian. My family comes from Jamaica, like my dad. You know, these ain't our homeland. Go on.
Thou shalt see it no more again, and there you shall be sold unto your enemies, unto your enemies, for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
Who was selling us on the auction block? Who was saying, look, 45, sold? It's saying our enemies. The Most High is telling us that it's our enemies that did this to us. So the so-called white man, which in the Bible is called Esau, is actually our enemy. Because he used Esau to punish us. Like we read in Amos 3:1, he only spoke to us, so therefore he will punish us for our iniquity. You understand? So get the Psalms 49 and 11, just to clarify what you were saying about names and lands and that. Go on.
This is Psalms chapter 49 and verse 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
These people that name these lands, they believe that their kingdom's gonna last forever. You know, they're proud, very prideful. You know what I'm saying?
Their dwelling places to all generations.
Yeah, so like their children's children, which we do see now, they pass down their inheritance. You know, all these rich companies and all that, they're only the sons of the same people that did that to our people. Because it's only a few generations when you check it, like not even 100 years has passed. That could be 2 generations, you know?
But they call their lands after their own names.
Yeah, they call their lands after their own names. So you've got Africa. Africa was Leo Scipio Africanus. So he was the land. He was the name map maker who the land was called after. Same with America Vespucci. Yeah, that's where we got America from. So you know, like these are 2 different names, but and it's like this, yeah. African, we say we're African people, but in Africa there's at least 54 different countries. Yeah, more than that. But then if you ask a certain like Ethiopian or Somalian, they will say they're Somalian or Ethiopian or Eritrean or Sudanese. But then if you ask our people, the ones that have been cursed and the ones that have been taken, they will claim the whole continent. They'll say we're from Africa, so they don't know. But we were taken from the west coast of Africa. So the west coast of Africa was actually, we were doing well at some point, and it was Israelites that were living. That's right. Do you get what I'm saying? So the reason why we're out here for you, yeah, is we're trying to show you that there's commandments that we need to keep as a people. Because we didn't keep them, he put us through these curses. Do you understand? Yeah?
Teach, King.
This is Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 12. And now Israel, What doeth the Lord thy God require of thee, but to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul, to keep the commandments of the Lord Yahweh and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good.
So it's for our good. So, you know, you can identify with these curses. So you know your family, like your mum, your dad, they can identify with this too. So there's a requirement that the Most High wants from you now. You need to keep commandments. So let's give you just a couple, but I don't want to keep you too long. I mean, you can stay as long as you want, brother, but we just have to give you some commandments before you go, yeah?
This is Leviticus chapter 11, verse 7. And the swine,
Swine, you know what swine is? Pig.
though he divideth the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you.
He's unclean to you. You don't eat pig, do you? You don't eat pork, no bacon. That's all praises to the Most High. You keep the commandments without even knowing. You understand? You got the Nazarite dreads as well. You get what I'm saying? It's all praises. Right. So skip to 9. Go on.
Leviticus chapter 11, verse 9. These shall ye eat that are in the waters,
telling us what we can eat and come out of the waters.
whatsoever have fins and scales, in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat.
Okay. So what doesn't have fins and scales? Sorry? No, I'm saying in the water. Because it's saying it needs to have fins and scales. Anything that comes out the water that you eat, it has to have fins and scales. So there's things that don't have that are in the water. Like crab, lobster, seashells. Do you know what I'm saying? Shrimp, oysters. We're not meant to eat those things. Prawns. They're bottom feeders. They actually clean the bottom of the ocean. Just like a pig, and there's other animals that clean the land. Do you get what I'm saying? They're dirty. Yeah, that's it. All praises, man. All praises to the Most High. Still. Get me Exodus 20 and 8. So today, go on, read it.
This is the book of Exodus chapter 20 and verse 8.
Check it out.
Remember the Sabbath day.
Remember what?
Remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy.
Today is actually the Sabbath day. You know, it's the 7th day of the week. I know a lot of these places will try and fool you and say that Monday is the first day of the week, like so Sunday's the 7th day. Like, you know, Christians go to church on Sunday. It's Saturday is actually the Sabbath. So Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. So the end of the day is actually when the sun goes down, you know, and that's according to Genesis 1 and 5. So we have to go through the precepts to get understanding, because we wouldn't know what we're talking about if we wasn't going through these precepts. So on the Sabbath day, we're not meant to buy or sell. Yeah, do you want to get that? Nehemiah. Yeah.
6 days shalt thou do labor, and do all day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou nor thy sons, nor thy daughters, nor thy manservants, nor thy maids, nor thy cattle, nor the strangers within thy gates.
So we're not meant to work on the Sabbath, we're not meant to buy or sell on the Sabbath, we're meant to keep it holy. And holy, in the Hebrew, it means separate. Do you get that? Just to, you know, because yeah, 19 and what?
Nehemiah 10:31.
Check it out.
And if the people of the land bring ware and or victuals on the Sabbath day to sell, that we would not buy it of them on the Sabbath or on the holy day, that we would leave the 7th year and the exhibition of every debt.
So basically, in the old times, when people used to bring stuff to sell and that, the Jews, the children of Israel wouldn't buy it on the Sabbath day. So it's showing you, or sell. So we don't do that. Do you see what I'm saying? So look, one more for you, kids. One more. This is why we're showing you this, because we're not showing the white man, the simple white man, or the Chinese man, or the Indian man. We're showing you because this is for you.
I've been watching you all over.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. All praises to Yahweh Shem El Shai.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 7 and 6. For thou art a holy people. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are on the face of the earth.
That's right, man. So that's plain, man. That's plain. The Most High chose you, and He chose to the children of Israel, and He separated them. That's why we're not meant to do the things that they do. If they eat pork and they do all this abominable stuff, they can do that. We're not meant to do that, because when we do that, we're in sin.
That's right.
Do you understand? And then He punishes us for that. You know, we're gonna be judged according to our works. So one more. Go on.
Leviticus chapter 20 and 26. And ye shall be holy unto me, for I, the Lord Yahweh, am holy, and have severed you from other people, that ye should be mine.
So the Most High is holy. He severed us. So He separated us from the other people to be holy, just like Him. Do you understand? Trust me, King. You need to. I know not trust me. Trust Yahweh. You know, because we only speak His words. We're not going to speak our own words. If I say something to you, I have to prove it in the Bible, because otherwise it's my own vain opinion. Do you understand? So look, last one. This is the conclusion. Go on.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
So the conclusion of all of this, what we're talking about, like we called you over, we showed you some commandments, we've shown you the laws, curses, you know, you're special, you're separate.
Fear God.
Fear what?
Fear God.
So, and His name is Yahweh. Because remember, we was Hebrew. We spoke, we are Hebrew. But we lost our heritage, you know. They took everything from us, our land, our language, our culture, everything that we do, our names. That's why we have British names now, or English names. You understand? So exactly. So Yahweh is the Most High. That's His name. Yahweh, yeah? And Yahweh Shai is His son. Yeah, so that's why when we pray, who they call Jesus Christ, ignorantly. So,
Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep the commandments. And keep the commandments. For this is the whole duty of man.
The whole duty of man is to keep His commandments. Yeah, so, and another thing, for all the sins that you've done before, when you know that you've done it, you need to repent. You need to acknowledge your sin and tell the Father, pray, and then not do them again. Do you understand? Yeah, so I don't know if you want to get that. I mean, what's that to say?
I just want to let you know, you see everything that's going on in this world right now, like the wars that are happening, the famine that we happen. Remember when KFC broke down not too long ago, everyone was panicking. Listen, all of these things are going to come into fruition. This is all prophecy. It says it in the Bible. I want you to know, brother to brother, yo, real talk, you're a Hebrew Israelite. And no one else ain't going to tell you this. You'll go to school, they'll think you're a black man. You're not the same colour as my tracksuit, bro. You're a lovely shade of brown. Yeah. This is what the white man.
That's right. That's right, man. If you trust in the Lord with all your heart, you won't need a mask, man, because He's got you. Do you know what I'm saying? And if you keep His commandments, He's going to be your shield and your buckler. You know, because even they took that thing away anyway, where we don't have to wear it. You know? Yeah, that makes sense. But it actually cuts off the oxygen. I think it's like 30%. Cuts off the earth, and you're breathing in your own carbon dioxide. You know?
Really, I mean, I've done a lot of research on my culture. I've read the Bible and I do a transform my culture. Most people are like, these everyone's growing.
Did you change the diadem? So that's natural. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah, that's it, man. Because we're not meant to be doing what these heathens do. Like, yeah, bleaching, doing blonde.
I don't dye my hair.
Yeah, that's right, man.
It goes the way it goes.
That's right, man. Yeah, that's all good.
Can you?
Yeah.
You're down the road.
Yeah.
Every Saturday you come up here to preach.
Yeah, but obviously,
Lucky, so every Saturday, which is the Sabbath, we come out here to preach. Obviously, the church will tell you Sunday is the way of God, but it's not. It's a big lie from them people there. They're lying to us, and we need to come back to our commandments, because when we are all on the same accord for our people, yes, brother, when we're all on the same accord, we'll be above all the nations. But when we're not, we're going to be down here, niggas. Still keep losing our job, keep having to hustle and grind and shot and all of this shit. We're not supposed to be doing this. We're kings on the earth, in a king. But we've got to rise correctly. And when we know who we are, no one can't stop us and tell us nothing. So I want you to link up with us. Make sure you get some fringes, because these are our commandments.
I want like the pop.
Yeah.
yeah, get it for the brother. 15 and 38. That's it, man. Yeah, that's why we're out here, man. We're trying to wake up our people, man.
So this is chapter Numbers, verse 15 and 38. Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make fringes in the border of their garments throughout their generation.
Out. Yeah, we're still generating today. If you have a child, yes, that's another generation.
That they may put upon it a fringe of the border, a ribbon of blue.
So you see here, we've got violet. Yeah, so they say roses are red, violets are blue. So when you go into the Hebrew and you actually look up the word blue, in the Hebrew it is actually violet. So blue or violet, yeah?
A ribbon of blue, and it shall be unto you a fringe, that ye might look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord, and do them, and seek not after which your own heart and your own eyes, and after which you use to go whoring.
That's what our people did, man. We went whoring, innit? We want to be like the other nations, you know? We want to be, you know? Listen, get me 7 and 3, Deuteronomy 7 and 3, because this is another thing that our people have stumbled on. Do you know what I'm saying? Because we haven't listened to this, and in doing this, it's kind of messed up, like genealogy. Yeah, it's messed up genealogies. Go on.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 7 and 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Neither shall I make. Who's that? Who's them? The other nations. So we're not even meant to be laying down with them. We're not even meant to be raising up children with them. Do you understand? You know, that's what our forefathers did, man. You know, Solomon, you know the story of Solomon, man. He had 1,000 women, innit? 700 princesses, wives, and 300 concubines. And that's what turned his heart. Do you understand? These other nations. So we need to keep with our own people. So you want to find yourself an Israelite woman, you know, one that you can teach the commandments when you learn them. That's right. That's right. So beautiful, man. All praises to Yahweh Hashem Yoshai. Go on, carry on.
Thy daughters thou shalt not give unto his sons, nor his daughters shalt thou take unto thy sons.
Alright, so why are we not meant to do that? I just said it because they would turn our hearts away. You know, that's what they did to Solomon. Do you understand? So, and Samson, yeah, with Delilah, you know? Go on, carry on.
For they will turn away from thy sons from following me.
And that's what they did, man. They turned us away from knowing who we are. Do you understand? And our power, our heavenly Father. Yeah. Because he created all the nations, but he only chose one people. Do you understand?
Wicked.
Yeah, you could get that.
And wicked.
King Saul, right? He was the king before David.
Yeah, the first king.
He only gave his daughter to David so that she could spy on David and go and bring back all the information that David was doing to the king. So a lot of these guys that are in rulership now, they will give us their daughters. Why? Because of like O.J. Simpson and Emmett Till. This guy Emmett Till, he looks like this because a so-called white woman told lies on him.
Lies!
And then they got him and they disgraced him, man. They disgraced his whole... And we can't deal with these Caucasians, man. They're liars, they're thieves, they're Ku Klux Klan. They're the devil, man.
That's right. That's right. Get me after that. Get me as what's it? 58 and 3. 58 and 3. So. This is a precept for you on the nation.
So this is 2nd Esdras, chapter 2 and 54.
Cry it loud.
And after these, Adam also, who made us Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all.
So we all come from Adam, yeah? The Most High created us all, but we came from Adam, yeah?
And the people also who thou hast chosen.
And he chose a certain people, and we already know that's the Israelites, yeah?
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou hast made the world for our sake.
So he made the world for our sakes, yeah? The Israelites' sake.
As for the other people, which also come from Adam,
They come from Adam too.
thou hast said that they are nothing.
They are what?
But they are nothing.
And this is the Most High's words, you know? Go on.
But be like unto spittle,
But be like what?
But be like unto spittle.
But be like unto spittle.
and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
So that's what the Most High is saying. And this is in the apocrypha. Yeah, I don't know if you know about this. Yeah, it's in Isaiah 40 as well. But this book they took out of the Bible, unless you get a 1611 version with it in. Yeah, and apocrypha means hidden, the hidden books or secret. Yeah, so you want to get yourself an apocrypha. Yeah, you got one. What do you mean?
Sister, answer your
What, is
question.
it like this?
It's like just they got this.
Yeah, beautiful. That's right, man. That's right. All praises, God.
And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed to as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us.
And that's what he done. The Most High did that. He put these nations in control, like Esau and the so-called white man, to rule over us. And because that's what he does, he uses other people, other nations to punish us for our iniquities. Do you understand? Because we don't listen. So, you got something? Yeah, please.
Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 21. They have moved me to jealousy with that which is not power. They have provoked me to anger with their vanities, and I will smite them and I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people. I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation.
A foolish nation. And that foolish nation is the so-called white man. Because do you know about the story of Esau, Jacob and Esau? Yeah, that's who they descend from, you know? Because in Job 30 it tells you how they are and the pride of them. Do you know what I'm saying? Because get that one, get Luke 168. Yeah, go on. Get what was that you holding? Yeah, go on, that's beautiful. This is another one. Go on.
This is Baruch chapter 4, verse 6. Ye were sold to the nations,
Sold to the nations.
not for your destruction, but because ye moved God to wrath.
See, so because we didn't listen, the Most High sold us to the nations. Yeah, go on.
Ye were delivered unto the enemies.
To the enemy, that same enemy in 28 and 68, Deuteronomy, the ones that sold us on auction blocks, you know, and the other nations. Don't leave them out. They're in it too. Because what nation hasn't had a part of our spoils, you know? Go on.
For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils, and not to your God.
That's it. As soon as we leave serving the Most High and fearing Him, we're actually idol worshipping. It's like the beginning of fornication, spiritual fornication. Do you understand? What you got? Yeah, no. So that's what I'm saying. Like you got somewhere to go now, or you? Okay, man. Well, yeah, you know, we ain't got right, man. Yeah. So what's it? We ain't got no flyers. So just type in Wine of Israel, London. Yeah, and that's our YouTube channel. Yeah. I was going to say something, but yeah. Listen, Vine of Israel, London, yeah? Make sure, brother.
Israelite, you know.
Shalom, man. Peace and love. You get me? That's right, man. We're the real Israelites, innit? That's what we are. We're out here to show that person person over there, I'm not want to bear false witness, but he's not an Israelite, innit? And them lot are all fighting over a land that's not theirs. Do you get what I'm saying? Get me that? Is it Lamentations? Oh, that land is inhabited by strangers. Because that's where it is, man. They all fight. Let them all praises to Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua. They're killing each other out there, and they have been for the longest.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? Go on.
This is Lamentations chapter 5 and verse 1. Remember, O Yahweh, O Lord, what is come upon us. Consider and behold our reproach. Our inheritance is turned to strangers, our houses to aliens.
That's what it is, man. To strangers and to aliens. Those people are not the natural inhabitants of that land. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, the Amalek and Ishmael, they're not inhabiting, that's not their land. Do you know what I'm saying? The Most High gave them their land. They stole it, but obviously it's all of the Most High, innit? You know, we, like the brother brought out just then in Peru, we were sold to the nations, but not for our destruction, because we moved the Most High to wrath, innit? And how are we doing that? By not keeping His commandments, you know? So we need to wait. Go on, bring it out.
Amos chapter 2 and verse 4.
Bring it out.
Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Judah, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they have despised the law of the Lord, and have not kept His commandments, and their lies cause them to err, after the which their fathers have walked.
Right, man. So we haven't kept the commandments still. You look familiar, man. I swear. Yeah, you look like. Yeah, definitely. What do you say, though? You good? Yeah, man. You've been listening, yeah? Okay. Yeah, we're preaching that basically there's the Most High is a chosen people, you know, and through the precepts the Most High has put the Spirit on us to understand that we're different from other people. Do you understand? So in the Bible, the Most High gave Moses commandments to give to the Israelites. Yeah, those same people are here today. Do you understand? But we don't know who we are because we've lost our heritage. No, but yeah, we say that. We say that. Yeah, but all right. So like you just said, some people say that. But what would you say your nationality is? Yeah, because exactly. So Africa is a landmass. There's like over 50 countries in Africa. You know, you ask a Ethiopian or a Somalian or a Sudanese, they're going to tell you they're from Ethiopia, and they'll even wait. No, but they would even tell you their tribe.
Everyone's got nose like this, head like this.
Yeah, but that's the stumbling block on our people, man. I used to be there, man. Like, I used to think Egypt was it all we came from the beginning of the Nile.
Your daughter, yeah? Her hair isn't like yours. But what it is, right? Because she's your, but bro, you see your seed? That's your, like the apples. They're gonna be apples from the seed when you put them in the ground. She's yours. She belongs to you. She takes on your name. All right, like all the women. Yeah, she's a female. No, but what it is, right? No, what it is? See the mums. No bad, it's the father. So she, just because her hair isn't woolly like yours, she's still. Well, yeah, so listen, bro. You're still gonna be the sea line of who your forefathers are. She comes from you. You understand? So it doesn't matter about Africa and here.
One quick thing, yeah. Are you mixed or are you mixed?
My dad's from the Caribbean.
Yeah. Yeah. So say for example now you have a son. And wait, hold on. Just bear with me. You have a son. Yeah. And wait, just quickly. You have a son. Yeah, and he grows up and then he goes with like a white woman, yeah, and then he has a son and he keeps doing it. No, wait, no, but the Bible says otherwise. The Bible says otherwise.
Stages of people. Everybody higher to the
Yeah, but this is on a
Who
road.
wants to?
That's a stumbling block on our
Made
people.
them. Made them. Made everyone.
This is Numbers, chapter 1 and verse 18.
Listen, bro.
And they,
I'm on the same bar as what you man.
hold on. And they assembled the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigree. What's a pedigree?
Pedigree is the lineage.
Right. They declared their pedigree after their family by the house of their fathers.
Right, so you are your father. I'm mixed.
I'm my father, innit?
Yeah, so am I. But my father went with a white woman, so I'm mixed, but I'm still my father.
Yes.
You understand? Yeah, but the thing is, wait, hold up. You're
My
talking
dad-
about Africa. No, wait.
I need to get my feet in
Nick, Africa, you're saying you're from Africa. That's a matriarchal system out there. Most of them deal with the woman being like you say, the carrier. You come from your woman's line. You know that. You do know that, though, innit? Kemetic, Nubian.
Speak is cool now.
You see women, right?
You know, have a good day.
Women hold the X chromosome, bro, and the men, we hold the Y and the X chromosome. So we're the ones that hold that seed.
Of course.
Right, no matter where you plant
You're
your
not
seed.
making a child around a man's seed.
And remember, what it is, how we understand this, one thing before you go, bro, is that in our households, there's curses on us that we don't have father figures in the household. We have black on black crime. You know what I mean? These are, because we never listen, what it is, because we don't listen to the laws, statutes and commandments of the Most High. So now these people are up above us. Yeah, the Willie Lynch syndrome, trying to push that in our society.
Break down the oh, you're an Israelite.
That's right.
That's your nationality. African was made by a white man.
But we're not. The heritage of Africa is Leo Scipio Africa.
Sarah 24, 23.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You're not African then. So you're not a white man.
You're not a white man.
Where are the black people from? Where's the hottest place in the world?
What do you mean? It's in Israel.
Where is it?
In Israel, bro.
Where is Israel?
Well, it's in Israel's in the middle of the world. Middle of the world, bro. Bro, Africa is Africa. You're not Africa.
Israel, Israel. It's what it is. It's not.
What it is, what we do, yeah? What we're doing is edifying.
It's not what you think it is.
So let's edify. You know when you're saying what's your nationality? When you said East Africa, what we're doing is just each one.
I'm saying, don't say it. Israel is not what you're looking.
Okay. Anyway, we're big.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They say that Egypt was in
They
the
say,
center.
she was telling you that that's
No, but we go by the Bible. Yeah, we know that. We know that. Middle East is a European term.
Yeah,
But we know that. We know
no,
that.
because what it is, there's the scriptures going on that Gambia is the new Israel or something like that.
Yeah, so Congo.
Congo,
Congo.
or Gambia. And
Even
all that.
America. There's a whole doctrine about America being Jerusalem.
Esau was
I
that.
visited there in West Africa. I was born in Sierra Leone. I visited all that time.
What Esau, man?
Don't quench the spirit. Don't quench the spirit.
Can I cut Esau from this?
Right, go on. Do your thing, man.
Yeah, man. Sharpen my sword in this boy here. What do I want?
Sorry, but
Go on, bring it out, kid. Bring it out. Go on, cut him. I'm waiting for the cut, man.
Yeah, listen, man. Yeah, listen, man.
What are you going to bring out?
what's Common Style? Talk to them. If you want to talk to them.
Yeah, where's Kamastar?
Come in the middle.
Go on.
You do something to them. Chat to them.
You do something.
Put your Bible down, bro.
Yo.
Hold on. Let get your Bible, bro. Put your Bible down. Chat to them.
I'm looking for cut. I'll start.
I'll read it, bro. You have to teach, bro.
Yo. Excuse me. Esau. No, we've got something to show you.
So, what's your biblical nationality?
Me? I was born in Africa, but we originate from Egypt.
From
My
Egypt?
great-great-granddaddy came from Egypt
So-
to Lebanon.
so
I was born in Africa. And I know all these stories.
Okay.
I know all this history.
Yeah. So you.
Because I go Gore, I go Senegal, I go Gambia, I was born in Sierra Leone. I know all this slavery. I know all the history. I read everything.
So did you build up the pyramids? Your
I know
people.
everything. Yeah?
Did your people build up the pyramids?
Yes. But our great granddad came from Egypt.
But the hieroglyphs, the people that built it were
But
black.
we were able to know who's the real granddad. We know, but my dad, grandma, she born and go to Argentina, he will come back again. So that makes you born the ID card. You know
What were they doing in Egypt?
Listen, look, I got a precept.
you were born there, you came to Lebanon 200 years ago.
Listen. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 1 and verse 11.
Bring it up.
Therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens. And they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramesses. But the more they afflicted them, and the more they multiplied, the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew, and they were grieved because of the children of Israel. So the children of Israel built them pyramids and all them
How they build the
treasures.
pyramid, nobody knows how they build the pyramid.
Yeah, the children of
Nobody
Israel.
knows the
It was ready. The children
Not
of
in
Israel.
Egypt only, but you have other pyramid in Sudan.
Yes.
You know,
This
in
is
Sudan,
Exodus.
You have in Sudan.
Listen again.
This is Exodus chapter 2 and verse 5. And the daughter of Pharaoh came down to wash herself at the river, and the maidens walked all along by the riverside. And when she saw the ark among the flags, she sent her maid to fetch it. And when she opened it, she saw a child, and behold, a babe went, and she had compassion on him, and said, This one of the Hebrews' children. This is one of the Hebrews' children. And she said, then said her sister to Pharaoh's daughter, Shall I go and of the Hebrew women, that she may nurse the child for thee? And Pharaoh's daughter said to her, Go. And the maid went and called the children's mother. And Pharaoh's daughter said unto her, Take away this child.
That was creepy, fam.
So look, basically that's saying that Moses dwelt with the pharaohs, right?
That's right.
And dwelt with the royalty of Egypt, right?
That's right.
And Moses, what does he look like then, man? This is Exodus chapter 4 and verse 6.
Bring it out.
And the Lord Yahweh, and the Lord Yahweh said, Therefore, more unto him, put thine hand into thy bosom. And he put his hand into his bosom. And when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow. And he said, Put thine hand into thy bosom again. And he put it into his bosom, his hand into his bosom again, and plucked it out of his bosom. And behold, it was turned again to his other flesh.
Right. So that's basically saying like how put his hand in. He's taking his hand in and put it out. It's got leprous. What's that? White.
Snow.
White as snow.
My brothers respect it, don't know this thing.
Yes, every time, King. But let me ask you a question though, King. I have a question for you. Now let me ask you a question. Be the head of the house. Let me ask you a question. I had an issue because I thought for my people, we don't know who we are. So I'm going to ask you, what's your nationality, King?
Boy, African blood clot to my eye, Rude boy, here we
Africa's
go.
got how many countries?
President come tell you that.
Yeah.
Yeah? We've got the DNA business, you understand, rude boy?
What, like the white man DNA business?
I don't know, because I'm saying
Well,
to you,
can I just give you the
everything, go on,
knowledge as a
go on.
younger man?
Go on, man, listen, man. I learn every day.
Stand up front.
I learn every day, blood.
So here what?
Okay, don't camera this.
No, it's alright,
So here what I want you to know. You see how you call yourselves a black man, or we walk up and down this road, they call us a black man. You're not black. My tracksuit's black. You're a lovely shade of brown. We're all different shades of brown. Your enemies, your oppressors, they took our people from where we were. We were chilling in the kingdom of Judah. Yeah? And we got taken to the Jamaicas, Americas, Brazil, all of that coastline, yeah? And all throughout the world. Now we don't know who we are, we identify as black, or black British, or African American. I want you to know that you're Israelite.
That's right.
I know that already, you know, rude boy.
Yeah, but you're not keeping your commandments.
Yeah?
And you said
But
Africa.
I'm not, but blood. Africans still are Israelite.
No, it's not.
No?
What you think of Somalians and like you?
This is
You know what, done with that. I love what you're doing. And listen, like I said,
Just one.
please.
Just one.
No, blood, listen, please.
I'm glad and I respect him for doing this. I'm honourable, yeah? I'm not being all history out there. I'm brother, I'm 56 years old, I'm still learning.
That's right.
Yeah? Remember I said to you, brother, right now I ain't got enough time to stand there and check my picture. Listen what I'm saying.
One verse then.
Blood, listen, please.
One verse.
Exodus 11:7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that they may know how the Lord doeth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
So the Most High put a difference between the Egyptian and Israel. He took us out of Egypt from mighty hands. He made sure we were safe and put us in the wilderness. And gave us these commandments. He said, don't cut your beard. He said, don't eat pork. He said, don't eat crab and shrimp. Listen to me. You have to keep these commandments. That's right. It's not about stopping, it's about keeping these commandments. You're not African. You're not Israelite. You're not Jamaican. You're an Israelite. You're not none of these things. You're not none of these Bibles.
Listen.
Alright, take my link for the YouTube and link us later. When you're ready. Next Saturday, you better, you know what?
What's the link?
Vine of Israel. London. Here, Vine of Israel. Vine of Israel.
London,
so simple. YouTube that. Where are you from?
No, you're from Israel, man.
I'm from Israel.
I know what he's saying.
Let me tell you one more thing.
No.
Last thing.
No, my girls, wait, listen.
You're the man of the house. You run the things. You tell her, yo, this way we go, that way we go.
Remember.
Vine of Israel, London, innit?
Vine of Israel, London. I stood up here, listen. You learn every day, blood. Right?
Well, the little learn you got, you know, in the
I'm volunteering. Right, look at, trust me. Blood, keep carrying what you're doing, blood.
Israel, yeah?
Carry what you're doing, blood.
That's right. It's crazy to see how much of it.
What you say, sir? You want to ask a
Come
question?
over.
Come stand up front and talk to we.
That's
the
right.
brothers. Sister, you want to talk as well? We're having a good conversation, a good dialect.
Guys,
Okay.
you're right. I listen to you all very attentively. I listen to your program. Even in America, I see it on the television. You all know what you're saying. You have to open eyes of the people.
But you sound like you got a butt.
No.
Oh, good. So, how do you feel about who you are? Do you know who you are?
When my eyes are open.
Good.
Wow.
And your eyes and ears are open. Good.
Yeah.
So let me get this right. Let me see if I can get you to see this. See you? How do you know the difference between a lion and a lioness?
One is male, one is female.
But how do you know the difference when you see them?
Because the lion carried a bear.
The mane.
The mane.
So when I see you now and I see a woman, I can be like, oh, I see you got a little tash, but God gave us this. We have to grow.
Yes.
We have to keep it mighty. We have to just be cutting his arm. This is the Esau's way. He wants us to be clean shaven with his kingdom, so we don't look too rough or rugged. But the Most High said, yo, this is supposed to happen. I need you to know who you are.
This is the book of Leviticus 19 and verse 27.
Every Saturday.
Not we're in Seven Sisters.
Okay.
Well, this is Seven Sisters.
Can I bring this out quickly before you go, yeah? Leviticus 19 and verse 27. Ye shall not round the corners of your heads, neither shall thou mar the corners of thy beard.
I read it too.
Yeah, so that's the law. We shouldn't be doing
that.
Everything
that you already did, that's the truth. That is gospel, the truth.
But listen,
King.
you see when we keep all of these commandments, we're going to be above all these nations. But when we don't, we're going to be low. We're not. Because we've got drugs, we've got prostitution is very high, we've got killing. How much man gets stabbed regular around here? Come on. Don't tell me we're above them when we're not. We're not yet, but we will be. Look at our sisters. Look at our sisters. What do you think we're supposed to be looking like? How they're looking?
Remember we spoke about those who will fall by the wayside and all this time.
Yeah.
So lovely, isn't it? Nice bit of that one.
So do you think we're all the same or do you think we're different?
Well, we're actually the same but different.
We're not the same.
I've got a precept for you. This is 2 Samuel.
One second.
This is 2 Samuel chapter 10 and verse 4. Wherefore Hanan took David's servants and shaved off one half of their beards and cut off their garments in the middle, even to their buttocks, and sent them away. When they told it unto David, he sent to meet them, because the men were greatly ashamed. And the king said, tarry at Jericho until your beards be grown, and then return.
So they were greatly ashamed.
I'm not
They could have come back into
they committed a sin.
Yeah.
They committed a sin.
No, they didn't commit a sin. What it is, brother,
no,
Hanan, a man
Hanan.
shaved their beards
Yeah.
because he
He's the one that committed
knew
the
that
sin.
he never committed sin. He shaved their beards
Yeah.
off so that we can be, listen, it's a shame for us. So he knows that is a disrespect.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
It's like cutting off your private parts, man. That's your man, you know what I mean?
Your man, that's how you
Every
tell.
single time, every week you do that, that's what you're doing. Just let it grow. No one can tell you nothing. To be clean shaven is just the white man's way. This is our way, this is our heritage.
But it's there. It's there.
Look at Jeremiah.
Anyway, we'll have to talk again. Like, don't stand and wait.
Alright, well, let me just give you this last one then before we go. What do you want? This one, read this. Tell him. Because you said we're all the same, and I disagree. Yeah. No, listen. We're not all the same. We're all different. You see how you got different plants, you got different birds.
Yes,
Some birds fly, but some birds just swim. Some birds dive in the water to catch their prey. Everybody's different. Not all of us are the same. Read this, King.
Second Ezra chapter 6 and verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures.
So of him who made all thy creatures.
Of him come we all, and the people who also whom thou hast chosen.
So he chose a special people about everybody else.
The Israelites.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes.
For our sakes. Not everybody, for our sakes.
As for the other people.
The other people. Who's the other people? Them there.
The other
The
ones.
ones who's not the Israelites.
Which also come of Adam.
Because they come from Adam as well. They come through the same lineage, yeah?
Thou hast said that they are nothing.
What?
That they are nothing.
No. One more time.
That they are nothing. But be like unto spittle.
No, when you spit, you got like a taste of like spit out. You said that they're like spit.
And has likened the abundance of them to a drop that falleth from a vessel.
So when you got a little drop
out of a bucket,
and your little piece drops out, he says that's them. So you don't go back for that. You just walk on. Wow. So now you know. Not everybody's the same.
Yeah, and you know there are some people who in the world, but you see you could be in the world, but not of the world.
Yeah, and don't be the people.
So those that I said are different, those are who are of the world. That's what I said. Me.
Yeah, you said we're all the same. We're not all the same. You're Israelite and you've come back to your commandments, King.
Yeah.
All praises.
Right, guys.
That's right.
If you want to find us, King, you can find us outside Seven Sisters Station every Shabbat, every Saturday.
That's right.
Or if you go on YouTube, Vine of Israel.
That's right.
Yeah?
What's your name?
Vine of Israel.
Vine of Israel.
Yeah.
I'm going to look into that tonight.
And tell everybody you know, we're Hebrew Israelites.
That's right.
Yeah.